Hello, you dolphin worshippers. Welcome back to Scry Syndrome podcast, the best TV podcast in the land, says I. Troy Salmon is trying to throw me off. I'm your host, Glenn Gilman, and I like to wear a pair of glasses. One thing I have noticed is all my co-hosts have decided to copy me. First, I'm joined by Helen Watkins, who, in a work profile does not have glasses on her face, but she's wearing them now.
Yeah, because that picture was taken like 5 years ago and I look good in it. So I'm not going to swap it for one where I'm wearing glasses.
Not saying that, love. How are you?
I'm all right. How are you?
Not bad, not bad. Welcome back.
Thank you very much.
And because she fell asleep last week and wasn't here, and she's also now decided to talk about Japanese titty men instead, she's also copying me by wearing glasses. It's Tara Chloe. Welcome back.
Hello. Look, I have two pets, a dragon and a dire wolf.
I was going to say nice puppies and a nice, but there's no cats or dogs there, so I can't say the two P words, so I'm just going to leave it there. How are you?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm good.
That still looks like a Pokemon. All through, How to Ride Your Dragon does sound like a Welsh porno. That's what I said off camera. It's How to Train Your Dragon. There we go. I've done the joke. And a man who's very obsessed with he is our very own HBO, hairy, bearded, one of the virgins is Troy Salmon, who's also wearing glasses because apparently he's been drinking hard last night and he can't see straight. He looks like Stevie Wonder right now. Troy Salmon.
Oh, I feel so good, man. Oh man, the ratings are good right now. I'm feeling good. We all good. We all eating good right now. Let's do it. I'm ready.
How are you, sir?
I'm ready. I'm doing all right, living life, man. Survival of the fittest, how it goes, man. It's got to be done.
Welcome to Spec Size Syndrome.
Nice.
Spec Size
I should have said that. That would have confused people. Well, we talk about glasses. What's your favourite pair in the shop this week? No, I'm joking. Anyway, how is everyone? Drag Race is back.
Oh, jeez.
I haven't watched it, but it's there.
What's back
today? As we record.
So it said Drag Race is back.
Oh, I've watched UK Drag Race.
Huh?
I watched UK Drag Race.
I've watched the introductions. It seems like a stronger lineup than season 3. To be fair, I'm looking forward to it.
It's a good
and my
lineup.
friend has only slept with 2 of the drag queens at the time, so that's going to be interesting to. I'm not going to say who again because I protect my sources.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I want to actually, before we don't want to bring the mood down too much, but did you hear about Cherry Valentine?
Yes, today passed away. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely terrible news.
She was only 24, correct?
28 maybe, I don't know, I can't remember, but still way too young anyway. And just an absolute tragedy, really. But about their family.
Obviously, we want to pass our condolences on to friends and family at this time. Obviously, rest in peace, Cherry. Yeah, so that makes this joke really difficult now. I was going to launch into a joke, but I now feel like we have to reserve a 10-minute.
Not a 10-minute. I think we've had enough respect for the mourning over the last few weeks.
That girl got robbed in her season, though. Should have stayed on much longer in season 2, I think.
She should have, yeah.
Much better than some of the queens that stayed on to 3 or 4. Anyway, Ginny Lippin can suck my dick. Anyway, no, she can't, but she was crap. But the queen's face right now is just, wow, eat my shorts. And that one was a more. Yeah, sorry, we're just going to move on there. Please don't do that.
Segway.
Have you noticed McDonald's? I've noticed this recently. This is not a stand-up joke. I am trying to be a stand-up comedian, I suppose. Have you noticed McDonald's doesn't do Ronald McDonald anymore?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he hasn't been around in years. I reckon it's because they finally figured he's killed all the kids and he's put them into hamburgers. That's why the cheeseburgers are so good. I've worked on that joke all week.
This guy is doing that all week. Yes, me.
Hey, I have a lot of spare time. It all made you smile. Even Tara smiled there. There we go.
Yeah, I've got a point. I actually wasn't on the flipping bar. It's true.
They're good glasses. The Ozzy Osbourne glasses you're rocking. It's pretty cool, Tara.
Crazy Troy.
Troy's gone for some Men in Black style glasses, and Helen has gone for the Harry Potter.
These aren't Harry Potter glasses. Thank you very much.
Glasses. My glasses.
She's like, no. She's like, no, Harry Potter. She's like, hell no. She's like,
These are Specsavers Kylie Minogue.
Oh, okay.
Branded eyewear. Thank you very much.
Wow, she's already fighting me already. We're only 5 minutes in, and Helen Watkins wants to fight me outside.
I don't know. I said if I was going to fight you. I've never.
I love it.
I might be Scottish, but I'm a bit of a wuss.
No, I wouldn't hit. You'll beat me up anyway. You're a lady. I can't beat up women, so it's fine. You'll kick my ass. I'll just run away from you. Fine. It's true. I don't hit women. It's fine.
Well, that's not
supposed to.
He's a scared virgin. He's scared of women, so he might accidentally slap him.
I'm not sure.
Sorry, Troy. No, I'm joking. So I don't know how we started off with such a
it's gone some places already, hasn't it?
So last week, you guys missed quite an episode. I've had it from people that I know. Last week, Troy's face for 5 minutes fell off the face of the earth. And I said, "Do you know what I said?"
Oh, you're gonna do it. You're gonna do it.
I'm gonna do it again because I want to see that they don't listen to the podcast when they're not on this part. Apparently,
I'm ready.
I said I watched 50 Shades of Grey and Twilight, and Troy's face nearly fell off the earth.
I mean, yeah, because why?
No, this guy did it.
I was on holiday.
This guy lost his mind.
Okay, so
do you know what? I did watch 50 Shades of Grey. I watched 50 Shades of Grey because I had very bad anxiety once, and the doctor prescribed me some Valium, and I took some Valium, and I thought watching 50 Shades of Grey would be a good idea.
It should be called 50 Shades of Shite.
Yeah, it's not very good.
The entire trilogy as well.
That's dedication beyond.
Because I wanted to see how bad it got. It was awfully written.
I just want to say so right now. Ben is killing me because
I think it's rubbish. So
Twilight's fine.
I enjoyed how bad it was. I just laughed. I howled at it.
Well,
Twilight is okay.
But 50 Shades of Grey is like Twilight fan fiction, isn't it?
It makes Twilight.
No, seriously. The woman that wrote 50 Shades of Grey was trying to write Twilight fan fiction, and she just changed the names and published it. That's a true fact. You should look that up because it's true.
So I'm just going to say 50 Shades of Grey makes Twilight look like an Oscar winner. Twilight's not too bad. The first Twilight, anyway, isn't it?
Well, yeah, because it's Twilight fan fiction.
Well, through them running up the trees is hilarious. I told Troy this. The vampire bit where they run is just, I can't take it. It's not terrible. I've been told to.
It's not terrible.
I've been told to stay away from the other films because then it gets silly. But first film, pretty cool. It's okay. It's not terrible. Anyway, should we just we're just gonna have Tara and Troy talk about Game of Thrones and Lord of the Rings. We know where our bread's buttered.
Oh fuck! Sorry, just stupid.
I haven't scared away the people with 50 Shades of Grey.
We don't need those people.
So Tara, you want to catch up with Troy on Game of Thrones and Lord of the Rings? I'm going to read this while you do it because I don't give a shit.
Okay, give me a moment. Let me pick the microphone. Okay.
Sorry, go ahead.
Okay. So okay. So what about the weekly update of House of Dragon and what happened last week?
You know, the thing is, anytime anybody says House of Dragon, do you know what I think of? The little bit at the end of Shrek where you find that dragon and donkey are living together.
Oh, Shrek! I mean,
and
donkey.
Anytime I think about somebody says House of Dragon, I think that's a sitcom about the donkey from Shrek and the dragon from Shrek.
Oh my
god! Oh my god! I mean, donkey literally fucked the dragon.
Sexual partners confirmed.
Oh my god!
Yeah, so donkey literally fucked the dragon.
Exactly.
Did you just say fuck the dragon?
The donkey fucks the dragon. It's more.
Donkey. I'm like, yeah, that's what I was alluding to. Shrek and donkey together. I know.
Shrek and Donkey and the dragon. They had little donkey dragon babies.
Yeah.
There was a post credits in Shrek. Where have you been?
Yeah, they were doing same-sex relationships in animated films before everybody else was doing them. So well done.
They were interspecies relationships.
How can you
Yeah.
stop dragon? Like, okay. Anyways,
Anyways,
Podcast in the first.
she was like, anywho.
okay. So,
Reference donkey
Troy,
fucking, that's me, right?
what happened on the last episode of Game of Thrones again? I mean, sorry, House of Dragon again.
You definitely
What?
got
To
donkey.
recap for your time. To recap,
There's
yeah?
no donkey sex, so now it's just ruined now.
No, there was no donkey sex. Okay, there was a bloody wedding, and I don't know why, but their weddings can never be.
Hold up. The way you said it makes it sound like you're really not. It's a bloody wedding.
It was okay. So,
Oh,
okay, so basically there was a wedding, and I don't know why, but these Game of Thrones or House of Dragon weddings can never be peaceful because someone always dies.
yes, always.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
So this
because
team,
you go.
It's like
Yeah.
wrestling. Don't get married. It's like EastEnders. Don't get married.
Yeah.
Never
okay,
get married. It's always going to go wrong. Wrestling, EastEnders, Game of Thrones. Do not get married. Something will happen. Maybe
Yep.
donkey fucking will happen in Game of Thrones.
Oh my god.
so basically the team is never bring a gay partner to the wedding.
Yes, that is the theme. Oh, that's very nice. This is it.
Yeah,
Don't do it.
so basically this was how it goes. Try correct me if I'm wrong.
Go on.
So I was just there stoning at the series of what happened in episode 4. So what do you think of episode 4?
Okay, so Rhaenyra is about to get married to her
Cousin? Lenore.
Yes, Lenore.
Yeah.
Sounds like a Yorkshire wedding. They're going to marry their cousin.
Oh, jeez, here we go.
I thought you meant an Alabama.
Alabama.
Yeah.
Yes.
You
So
know, the-
Alabama for the Americans and Yorkshire for the English. Yeah.
Yeah, because as we pick up from bloody episode, if we were to put Damon and Rhaenyra together, it's actually in modern times. If you think about it, it's kind of disgusting because who goes after their niece? It's gonna be very pedophilic, like the pedophilic uncle who went after his niece in the
Yeah.
tabloid. And it's Sweet Home Alabama, yeah. So let me read out these.
Technically, if it's a niece, it's 50% not your blood as well. So
Yeah,
somebody once said that as a stand-up joke. Somebody once said that's a stand-up joke, and the whole audience was horrified when they said that.
Oh my god.
Technically,
disgusting.
Ben, where you go with this stuff?
50% not your DNA.
Okay,
I think it was Jimmy
so
Carr that said that. Well, there we go, quoting the Jimmy Carr.
okay, so let me go through. Someone actually said on Facebook, when people knock the GOT or HOD writings, realize that these are actors. Also, royalty wedding relatives with relatives was very common in history, unlike Uncle Jimmy and Cousin Tiffany shit from Alabama in modern times. So I just said, okay, just because Damon is hot and Rhaenyra is cute, just because they look good, these actors look good, people can. I know Damon's playing with his eggs in that picture, okay?
He's holding a ball.
He's holding his own ball. He plucked it out and held it.
Check.
Okay.
So who's this? Who's this person on the world's most uncomfortable throne? Who's this?
That's Rhaenyra.
Okay. And who's
She's got a fancy chair.
Viserys
He
is
looks
sitting down.
uncomfortable. He looks like it would
Viserys.
give you more than a hemorrhoid. That it looks like it would ass open.
Okay, so basically, yeah, and just because Damon is hot and Rhaenyra is cute, I mean the actors look presentable. People think it's okay to ship them both, but just you wait until it's two ugly redneck or hillbilly making out and they're from the same family tree. You people are gonna be like, hell nah,
Yeah.
in their trailer.
Are you trying to do a modern day Game of Thrones? That happens every day in Alabama.
I mean, if you think about it, it actually kind of is gross. Like, I mean, will you kiss if you ask me, would I kiss my uncle? I'm like, fuck no, I'd rather die a widow.
Why have we got stuck on incest? How have we got stuck on incest?
Unfortunately,
Ben, you push this. It's your fault.
I just can't unsee.
All I said
Okay,
was if you
okay.
it's 50% your DNA. Technically, it's not.
You sick freak.
So, what's the dad's name again? Viserys or Viserion?
Oh, say again?
What's that name again? Is it Viserys or
Viserys, yeah, King Viserys. Yeah.
Viserys just want to build his Lego in peace, y'all. Why you keep disturbing him with all this nonsense? Yeah.
Dying slow.
Yeah, okay.
Crazy.
I don't know what disease he has, but to be frank, it's gross.
Yeah, I think it's a flesh-eating disease, but I think it's another.
Yeah. I think it's gross. And after that, well,
Okay, so we had the King Viserys. He's walking around to find Lord Corlys, his
okay.
his cousin, his family member, to
Yes.
kind of unite the houses once again, because these people are kind of like scattered around the place. You got Damon, Matt Smith's character, flying around the place doing his own thing. You got Lord Corlys. Yeah, it's hard. Yeah, it's okay. It's fine.
Yeah.
You had to get your Doctor reference in there, didn't you, Ben? Had to get it in there, yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
so Damon flying around.
Damon killed his wife, so I'm like, what the fuck,
yes,
bro?
I don't get that. Yeah, so he killed his wife.
He hit her with a rock, man. Like, what the fuck, bro? Seriously?
Yeah. So basically, anyone who knows what's happened. So basically, Damon, Matt Smith's character, he had a wife that was given to him. And basically, he did not like his wife. He said his wife was ugly, and he'd rather sleep with the sheep. That's basically what he said. He'd rather sleep with sheep than sleep with. Basically, what he said. So he literally went back to the Vale where they hang out. So she was on a horse, his wife, the one he doesn't want to be with, and he literally scares the horse, and the horse goes back, lands on his wife. She
throws her back. I think she gets paralyzed or something.
She's literally literally paralyzed at that point, arm broken. He steps on her arm for a bit just to feel the rush, you know what I'm saying? Of just damn chaos. Pure chaos, that's what he is. And then afterwards, he leaves her. He walks away. And I'm like, okay, he walks away, but just like that, I was like, that's savage. So she goes, oh, you couldn't finish. I knew you couldn't finish. Just to like rub it in. Then, oh, but show, is that right? Is that so? Yeah. He goes to pick up a rock. And then they don't show it, so it's off camera. So he kills her off camera with a massive stone. So yeah, so she's disposed of at this point. So he's free to kind of marry who he pleases now. So that was the whole plan of what he wanted to do in the first place. So go on.
Yeah.
Is it still good? Is Game of
Thrones? Yeah, still good. Yeah.
Okay.
Right now.
And we fast forward to the ship point where actually Rhaenyra agrees to marry Lenore because Lenore is gay and they're both in this kind of marriage where we just married for the sake of the public eye and we can do whatever we want behind closed doors. Like Lennore's free to gay around and do anal sex with whoever he wants to, and Rhaenyra can do whatever she wants. So then Sir Criston, the knight who fucked her, he was the knight who liked her all the while, right? Troy?
Troy's frozen again.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to go on your own here because me and Helen don't watch Game of Thrones.
Okay. So I guess I need him to clarify one fact. So basically, Troy!
Feel free to talk about other things and come back to it.
Okay. So basically, he likes Rhaenyra and he kind of asked her to marry him. Like, oh, let's run away together. Something like that, indirectly. But this was a summary of it. And she was like, and he just said to her, like, you've always been complaining, like, how you don't want to be a princess, how you don't want to be the heir, this life is difficult, blah, blah, blah. So, well, she actually has been. So then he's like, so why don't you run away with me and start a new life? And she's like, no, actually, I cannot do it, But just because Lennon and I are married, but we're free to do what we like. So, and then he actually asked something like, so you want me to be a whore? Means your fuck buddy on your side while you're married? So I'm like, bro, and you know what? When she rejected him, he was crying. I never really seen a guy cry before, but this dude was just crying. And
you should come to football. They always cry when their team loses. You should definitely do that one up.
Yeah, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, he already had feelings for you. So why did you sleep with him and make him a fuck buddy? That destroys the entire friend dynamic. Yeah.
Question. Last week, Troy talked about episode 3. You weren't here. What do you think of last week's episode as well while you're here?
You mean the episode 4?
Yeah, the one that, no. Well,
Yeah.
whatever episode was last week that you weren't here for because you
Yes,
fell
yes,
asleep.
yeah, that's episode 4. I think it was very kinky. Like, she was just horny.
It's
That
kinky as 50 Shades. I'm
I,
going to keep bringing
yes, yeah, they went to a
after
fucking
this podcast.
brothel. I mean, the brothel is so dirty and smelly. Like, I wouldn't even go in there and make out with someone, you know. I prefer privacy and yeah. So then she goes back and dude, how do you even remove all that armor and like I'm like, what the fuck?
It's like taking a bra off. Once you've learned it, boing, ping, ping, 10 seconds.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, what the fuck with all that armor? And I'm like,
50 Shades of Thrones. That's what they need to do. Then we can learn that magic lesson together, Tara.
yeah, and all the men, I didn't see their titties, so I didn't really get to measure their titties. Okay, so and then episode 4 was a goddamn porno, and we go back to episode 5 where Rhaenyra literally asked him to be the side guy in her marriage, and he was in tears. And I'm kind of sorry for this guy. I mean, she's so young, she doesn't know the consequence of having a fuck buddy and destroying the friendship and relationship. Then, I mean, that's what teenagers and younger Chinese people do. So, and then after that, she was like, okay, and then we go to the wedding, and well, some of them already sit there at the table, and then the door opens and Damon walks in, and then the song goes like, now the party don't start till I walk in. He just walked on the bloody runway and everybody stopped.
Sorry, we reviewing Drag Race all of a sudden over here.
Yeah, like when he walked into the room, everybody stopped and stare. He's sexy and he knows it. Like, you know, the whole bloody crowd just dropped silent and he was just walking to the table like, oh yeah, well, I'm on America's Next Top Model, yo. Or
And the
Western.
winner of this season's Drag Race gets to spit their asshole on this uncomfortable throne. Bitch, go sit on there.
Yeah, so he did, and then Rhaenyra's friend Allison came in dressed cosplaying as Princess Fiona from Shrek. Okay.
Back to Shrek again. Wow, 50 Shades of Grey and Shrek. Maybe it should be 50 Shades of Donkey.
Yeah, she was like really
Oh
close.
my
Princess
god.
What is
Fiona.
happening? I'm so
Yeah.
confused.
So she was angry.
Man, this is all your fault. I'm blaming you. I'm blaming you, bitch.
This is the most Ben episode ever.
I'm blaming you.
Yeah, she cosplayed Princess Fiona because she was angry that Rhaenyra lied to her about not fucking anyone. But Sir Kristen's like, yes, I fucked Rhaenyra. Told the truth. Okay, burn. Yeah, and you know what's the best? Well, the worst part, I found out that Sir Kristen's actor is actually 2 years younger than me. He's born in 1994, and I'm like, what the fuck, bro? I'm born in 1992, and you look like you're like 6 or 7 years older than me, like in your 30s. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna thank all my Korean suwasu because their anti-aging is dope anyway. So, yeah, I'm 30 and this guy's like 28. So I like, why you look so more mature than me? Why? And then, okay, so we go to the wedding, and Sir Kristen just stands there, like, oh, avocado. You know that stupid TikTok avocado audio?
Yeah, your bloody avocado thing you've done as well. Yeah, I know.
Oh, avocado, like that bloody audio on TikTok. He's just bloody sad that yeah. So it's only a side dude. And so Rhaenyra marries Leonard and Damon does his stuff. And Leonard has a gay partner. And the gay partner actually goes up to Sir Kristen, who's already salty, and adds more salt to the wound, saying to him like, "Oh, why why can't you stop looking at the princess? Why is your eyes like always on her? Can't you like?" And they actually end up in a fight, and Sir Kristen kills the gay guy, and accused of hate crime, and yeah, that's how the wedding kind of like got fucked up because someone killed someone. So
It was insane. He came out of nowhere as well. It's just like he whispers to Kristen, goes, "Hey, me and you, we have something in common. We both are with the groom So if you die, keep the best for both of us. And he just walks off, literally whispers his ear, and literally said, Kristen just going, just mad, holding his sword, like, oh, I'm gonna kill this son. Next scene, he just starts beating his face in, that eye gone, face bashed in. I'm like, oh my, you went mad out of nowhere.
That's the night out in Glasgow, that is.
He's
God,
God, the guy in his face,
like, yeah, so, yeah. Like,
I have no idea what's going on. I've no idea what's going on.
We're 25 minutes in. It's the most disjointed podcast we've ever done. We keep going back to
what's going on,
Donkey.
Yeah, it was a shitty wedding.
Shades of Donkey, Drag Race in Westeros. That's do that combination.
I never seen a wedding
show.
It sounds like Zoolander, but
I mean, I've never been to a nice wedding. I'll admit it.
Westeros.
Yeah, I've
this episode
been to a nice wedding, but this is shittier than shit. But frankly, I'd rather go to this wedding than all the ones I previously went to. Anyway, yeah.
Let's move on from the donkey fucking. Okay.
Your descriptions of the. I've never seen the don't describe.
Yes. Yeah. So, in the end, Sir Kristen actually goes. This is very anime pictures. Like, he goes to the tree, and he's like, whatever. He's like, I'm gonna kill myself.
Why is Game of Thrones so weird? Why is there so
so he kneels down Japanese style and takes out the knife and tries to do seppuku or harakiri.
Sorry, hold on. This show is normally bearded men around a table talking bollocks for an hour about politics or going across the island very slow on a fucking horse. What is happening in this episode? It just sounds like everything's happening at once.
Oh, so stuff that goes down.
Did they all stick cocaine up their ass before they started writing this show or something?
Maybe.
I mean, it sounds like it, doesn't it?
Okay. Yeah, so when towards the end of the show, Sir Kristen goes to the bloody tree and it's very anime-like, and he sits in the Japanese manner and takes out his knife and tries to do a seppuku. Chisatsu. Yeah, he tries to do a seppuku. And then I'm like, dame means no. Are you doing this over a girl? Like, seriously? Like, did she just fuck up his entire life? He used to be a nice guy, but you fucked him and you turned him into a monster. So I'm like,
that's men after sex with women and a one night stand, they turn into monsters and run away. Well, most men.
It could be like the opposite.
Troy's a virgin. Me and Troy, the only two most reliable men, and Helen's husband is also included in this. We're the most reliable men on the planet.
Yeah,
every other man can fuck off.
You guys and my husband are the only ones that are allowed to live. That's it.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, so it's like Corpse Bride, the bride from Corpse Bride that keeps coming back. So Sir Kristen sits and pulls out the knife and tries to do harakiri or seppuku until no, don't do it. You're just like, this is so stupid. Why? I feel this one I felt kind of sorry for him because she kind of fucked him up. So in the end, then Allison appears and like, dame means like, dame.
I don't even know what's happening anymore.
I have no idea.
Anime-nize the situation.
I don't know, man.
Don't kill yourself. No.
Yes? No? What's happened to this podcast this week?
Yeah, so it's like super harakiri at the end. And in the end, Rhaenyra and Lena get married, but they're crying. It's like that in TikTok filter where everyone is at the table and being unhappy. Yeah, and that's it. And there's actually a time loop where I've seen the trailer for the next episode. Apparently, Rhaenyra marries Lena, but why do their kids all have brown hair? Can someone explain?
No. We'll do that next week.
We'll leave it. It's a time skip.
Yeah. Okay. So what do you think of episode 5?
I liked it. It was a good episode. Solid episode, man. Stuff goes down and big implications for next episode, the rest of this season. So it should be interesting to see how it goes because, Viserys is getting more and more decrepit, the more and more flesh-eating bacteria is killing this man. So we'll see how that goes.
Flesh-eating killing?
Yes, killing. See that arm? His arm is gone.
I'm going to come after Troy now.
His arm is dying, literally. He's dying.
And he had sex with the girl.
Oh, with Allison.
Yes, I'm like,
Oh, that's kind of, yikes.
He had
But,
chicken pox, yo, or monkey pox.
I don't know if you
Monkeys,
can catch that one,
donkeys,
but
ogres, drag
man.
queens, Westeros. It's quite a half an hour on this podcast. So allow me to make it worse. No, actually, no, I'm
jeez.
not.
Don't
Actually, yeah.
do it.
So I watched, before Troy comes in, I watched the Ellen's Family trailer.
Okay.
Okay, all right,
Can I
okay.
just say,
Well,
Tim Burton, you're a bit of a whore. All you do is the same boring backdrops. The gothic shit is boring.
Oh,
Retire.
here we go. I was going to run down Tim Burton.
Right.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
No, it will be good. It looks good, but I'm just so bored. Tim Burton's like just the same stuff. It's like Coldplay
Yeah,
album.
but
It's
if it
the
ain't
same
broke,
crap all the time.
Yeah, if it ain't broke,
but the thing is it only because like it's universally loved. Like when David Fincher makes the same movie over and over again and doesn't turn any lights on and makes everybody moody and you never really know what's going on. Nobody moans about that, do they?
But I don't know who David Fincher is, and I don't watch his movies, so I don't care about David Fincher. I've watched a lot of Tim Burton.
That picture's amazing.
Yeah, David Fincher makes good films,
Wow,
but he knows his formula and he's sticking to it.
It's really boring. I looked at the background. I was like, oh, it's just creepy music. It's literally. I had to go check to make sure he didn't do the first Addams Family, and he didn't because it looks so much like his movie. Anyway,
Yeah, but
I'm looking forward to that Wednesday Addams show. No doubt. Just a shame Tim Burton has to ruin it with his design. Anyway,
look, there's three things in life that are certain, right? Death, taxes, and the existence of goths.
She's not here anymore.
Right? There will always be goths, and as long as there's goths, there'll be Tim Burton.
Helen got through that after I dropped the Queen joke in there. Death, taxes, and the Queen. Oh no, two are still here.
Look, let's not make this about the Queen because I'd like to have something that's not about the Queen.
That's not right. So Troy, Hellraiser. I'm going to react to Troy's YouTube channel for a second. Hellraiser's coming back apparently. I'm not excited.
Oh,
it's been resting for a while.
Childhood favorite of mine. Hellraiser.
Oh, Hellraiser's good.
Is it a TV show or a film?
I just found something really disgusting.
Are you serious right now? You're going to come back to porn?
What are you showing us? I can't see.
Okay. So basically,
it says 30% off, and you're showing it to a Scottish person, and you're expecting me to be disgusted.
Okay, so basically, the actress for Alison was 18 when she had that scene with her much elder husband.
Hold on. Da. Have you just gone back into Game of Thrones again? I was talking to Troy about Hellraiser.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, you go ahead. No, I'll just let you quickly
okay.
We don't give a crap out here.
Okay.
So this week.
I just saw this article. So basically, her character was made to have sex with a much older husband, and the husband who plays King Viserys has a daughter her age. So
yeah.
This like what the fuck?
What the heck?
Somebody fucks his niece. You've heard it here first. Right. That's all
Reading this thing.
Are you a Korean hot Asian man that likes to sleep with his sister? Tara Curry would like to know you. Just ring 111-555. Anyway.
Right.
Okay,
go ahead. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Tara. I'm glad you went first because this chaos has continued. It's been.
Tara, I can tell that was pent up past the dragon frustration, and I can feel it coming from your
2 weeks. It's like she sees a hot Asian boy. She just splurges all of her body fluids everywhere on Game of Thrones.
Feel it. I feel that.
This is going to get comments this week, I think, even more than last week. So, Hellraiser, how excited are you? Hulu.
10. Oh, I'm excited.
Oh, is it Hulu? Going to be a Hulu series? Yeah, I'm in.
Hulu is on fire right now. As I said in my video, it's on fire. Hulu's amazing.
On fire. Yeah, that's good. I'm excited. And there's a Scanners TV show.
Yes, on my channel.
That's on Channel 4 right now. Go watch
that. I'm less excited about. I'm excited, but at the same time, I'm skeptical because HBO. I support HBO, but the way that the premise is kind of putting me off a bit. I was like, I'm a Scanners fan as well. I'm about my 2 favorite franchises right now as childhood. I want my Scanners franchise because I like the first 3, the 2 spin-offs, which is the Scanner Cop series, Yeah.
It's not about supermarket checkout scanner either. It's just,
no.
I just wanna put that there. And Paper Girls has been cancelled because it's got a shit name. It shouldn't have been called. It makes it people maybe think it was about a paper round. That's most probably why it got cancelled. Good show though.
But they're going around shopping to other places, so hopefully it gets picked up because there's obviously Crazy.
The Stranger Things with tits has failed and been cancelled. Oh dear. Oh, I am so sorry to hear that.
This guy, bro.
It's
Paper
too
Girls is fire,
similar
bro.
to Stranger Things, bro. It is legitimately identical, nearly.
Premises are different. Premises are different.
There's
But
no
obviously,
there's no time travel in Stranger Things.
Yeah, exactly. No time travel. No.
Oh, they put a bit of Doctor Who instead of flipping horror. Okay, so I'm going to quickly grab before. After that, I'm going to do some quick hits. Squid Game, halfway through. The old woman has now joined the good guy team. Tug of war is over. And one of the main characters has finally fallen. Got shot.
Oh.
Finally, one of the big characters has gone. The doctor has left the building. I'm excited.
Yeah. What are your theories?
The old man is still up to something. I still don't trust that creepy old man. There's too
Okay.
Last week I told Troy he climbed up the apparatus when all the fighting started in the dark. He was somehow halfway up the beds, which makes no sense to me. There's something up with the old man. I don't trust him.
We'll see. We'll see.
Mask.
What's that?
I have found a problem with Squid Game now.
Oh, problem. Okay.
There is
talk to me, Ben. Talk to me.
Tiny minor problem. It's a very tiny one. The undercover cop is very hard to know which one he is. That's all I'm going to say. Everything else is amazing balls.
You said it one more time for me. Say it one more time.
No, I've just said the undercover cop. Sometimes it's quite difficult to know which one the camera is focusing on because of the mask. That is it. You have to pay attention on that bit a bit more because you have to know which one's which.
So
but
you're saying Asian people all look alike?
No, I'm saying they got the mask on the bloody face. Don't you try that. Okay. You tried.
Man, that was very subtle. Is it so, man? Is it, man?
Troy Salmon, you're still a virgin and you'll never know such a rule. Just go to bed. Take your right hand and marry it right now. This is as good as it gets for you.
No, I'm good. I've got women in the wings. Don't worry, I'm good.
Yeah, they're small and they come with an air pump. Okay.
I got them in the wings. They all wait for me. Don't worry.
I have seen you licking those posters on your wall. It's fine.
Licking posters? I'm gonna post. Look at the bed this morning. Look at this. I wish I posted.
No, but it's so that's the Squid Game update. I know I'm going slowly, but I am savouring every juicy morsel. I have watched.
Yes, take your time because it's a great show.
I've watched Moon Knight.
Oh, Moon Knight. Interesting.
So I've not heard good things about She-Hulk. I've heard good things about Miss Marvel.
Oh, I like She-Hulk.
Oh, do you? Okay, Helen, we got to talk now, Helen, we got to talk. Helen. Okay, so I've seen the first 2 episodes. After that, I was like, I couldn't do it. I was like, no.
It's good to have variety.
It's very episodic. Like, I think there's the arc isn't the main focus. The main focus is like, what if I had all these things that women face, but I also had superpowers?
The planet is...
And like, it's just an interesting premise to me, and I think it's taken some of those kind of, I'm a woman that works hard and play hard tropes and just elevating them slightly and putting like a superhero spin on it.
I have a question.
I'm not mad at it. I don't hate it.
I have a question.
Go on.
Has she fucked a donkey because she's Shrek?
She's not fucked a donkey, but she's fucked a fuck boy.
Okay.
No, I think it's okay.
Okay.
I'm not going to watch it because it doesn't appeal to me. But
fair fucks, mate. Fair fucks.
But I will say, good on Marvel for giving variety in the films and the shows. That's good to see. Variety is the spice of life.
Exactly.
Not everyone is going to like a Marvel show. I find WandaVision taking the piss. I find it very laborious and not good at all. But some people love it. I like Moon Knight. It's a bit. There is a bit where near the end there's a bit too long in the psychiatric hospital in their head. I thought the whole episode 5 could have just been sped up a little bit.
Yeah, all
There is a
right.
hero.
I'm all right. I'm Moon Knight. Thanks to meet you.
But Isaac, can
Oh,
I
oh,
say,
mate. Hey, mate.
Oscar
You all right, mate?
Isaac,
Yeah, I'm all right, mate. You all right?
his
Yeah.
ability to go between the two
Yeah, it's incredible. I love that. For
It's
some reason, I
amazing.
love his accent.
and it's got a strong female in it, and that's good. And
Cast.
I enjoy the fact it's an Arabian hero as well. So you've got Miss
Yeah.
Marvel next to me. Again, more representation, which is different again. And you've got She-Hulk, who's Hispanic, I think. So again, you change it up again.
I just like the fact that I think for the first couple of series they were really worried. I think that people weren't going to like it, or they wanted to try and please everybody. And you know what you get when you try and please everybody is the rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
And I don't think any of these are going to be the rise of Skywalker. Like I think they're all going to be good in different ways, and that means you might appreciate some more than others. But I think, yeah, give some new writers and directors a few, a good shout. Shout out to Bishop Ali, who wrote Miss Marvel, somebody who I followed on Twitter for years, and she's followed me, and it's like seeing her name on the credits was like,
Your best friends. That's
This
great.
Marvel's pretty good. Yeah. I like it.
yeah,
Make her turn up at a certitude. Make her turn up at work party, and I'll be impressed.
Well, I don't know whether that well, but
It's a Marvel superhero.
Ben is going in.
I mean, I'm able to DM her if I wanted to.
I know a lot of men when I sleep in her DMs. Oh dear.
Exactly. So it's yeah, I just think yeah, good on him for not making everything a show that appeals to
Everyone.
15-year-old boys. Like,
I think it's good to challenge people as well. Like,
yeah.
a lot of people have complained about She-Hulk, but at the end of the day, the most important thing, Tara Chloe's been very naughty this week.
What is it?
It's a naked Korean man in speed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Can I get through my pics without someone taking my pic away from me, or let me just get through my pic?
Tara's like talking Korean men. Let's go.
Tara's been the most. She's like the naughty kid in class this week.
She's not letting Ben speak at all.
I see his dick popping out.
That's what you get Ben for talking about 50 Shades of Grey. That's what you get.
Anyway, it made Tara horny for Korean men again. There we go.
What do you get?
So basically, Moon Knight, I did like the mental health aspect is good to have a conversation about.
It's very interesting.
Again, it's good that it was set in Egypt mostly. Again, a different style, and like we said, like Helen was saying, the acting of Oscar Isaac,
Yeah.
top notch.
All right, everyone. I'm Moon Knight.
We can't kill him.
No,
we
can't kill him. I'm all right. I'm all right. I'm Moon Knight. Thank you.
He's awesome. Oscar Isaac's the man, bro. Beautiful man.
He does sound a little bit like Perry from Kevin and Perry, though. Come on. Oh, Miss Patterson. I'm Moon Knight. I'm
if you're American, this is not a good week to listen to this podcast. You will not get half of it. They were probably tuned out after we took a shot at Kansas. Or was it Kansas? Or have I just
Alabama,
Mississippi, Texas. They all have sex with their families in those countries.
Sweet home Alabama.
Ben, you need to hold the horsey down. That's what they do in Texas. What's hold the horsey down? I don't know. More animal sex. Why do we keep coming back to
Ben, what are you doing?
Ben,
It's you.
I would like it known that nobody mentioned animal sex.
Exactly. Except for one man. And he's on this panel. And he's on this panel.
In the wrong way.
Honestly.
Watching Animal Farm after 50 Shades was a bad fucking
Boys. This is what happens when you watch Shrek and 50 Shades of Grey.
Ben is gone, bro. Oh, God, Ben.
50 Shades of Donkey.
It's a good thing I didn't watch Peppa Pig after. I would have got bacon immediately.
Okay, right. Do you want to hear a really good Peppa Pig story? I've got a really good Peppa Pig story, right?
Go on, Helen.
So when Peppa Pig first came out, I was the people that I work for wanted to have. What?
You just said she's come out. She's gay.
No, just come out like
What is happening to this podcast?
No, listen,
come out
to
as
Helen.
not come out as gay.
Listen.
Come out
Gay
released.
bacon. Gay bacon.
So it just started showing
Mhm.
on the BBC, and I was like, my work had got this stall at a Memorial Day for Jimmy Mizzen, a young lad that had been killed in Southeast London. And we were fundraising. She was like, let's do face paint, let's do kids activities, all that stuff. And it was kind of like running conjunction with the family, but like there was a lot of bikers that were on board, like keeping an eye on the area.
Yeah.
So I was doing a lot of face paint, and all the kids wanted Peppa Pig, so I had to learn how to draw Peppa Pig really, really quickly. And so I learned how to draw Peppa Pig, and I was painting all the kids. And then 2 police officers came up, and they were like, well, we really want to get our face painted too. What will we get? And I was like, well, everybody else has been getting Peppa Pig. And they were like, yeah. And and then all of a sudden, like, all these bikers come strolling up to me and like start high-fiving me. And I was like, what's going on? He went, you put a pig on a pig.
Oh my god.
And without even thinking about it, I'd drawn Peppa Pig on 2
God.
police officers' faces.
Oh my god. Oh.
This podcast is going to some place.
The Packers like, yeah, good one.
And and I became the queen of a biker gang.
Oh my god.
So for fucking Watkins, she just
That's
said,
a good one, I like that.
Your ass.
That was a fun one.
Queen of a Packer gang.
So Moon Knight.
Moon Knight.
This is the most random episode we've ever done, and if we keep going, we're going to be here for 3 hours. So Moon Knight, yes, go watch it. Very happy. I'm going to then watch Doctor Strange again, Miss Marvel, watch 4, then we're going to get to She-Hulk. Then we're going to just keep going. Oh, Black Panther's next. Yes, Black Panther 2. Anyway.
Oh yes.
So what else was I going to talk about? I was going to talk about a Netflix comedy show called Hard Sell.
Oh, okay. I've heard of that.
It's Catherine Tate. So either you like Catherine Tate or you don't like Catherine Tate. It's really change your opinion of this show. It's an all-female prison. Catherine Tate plays the prison manager. Very Office. It's very Office. The way they shot it, the way she's trying to be David Brent, but much nicer than David. Smacking the face of stapler. Ricky Gervais. We should just set fire to Ricky Gervais. He's not funny.
Can we please?
Oh snap.
No, listen. I've listen. This is the day for my stories. I've had beef with Ricky Gervais.
We're fighting everyone this week.
No, I've had genuine real life beef with Ricky Gervais.
Is it? Oh, what happened?
So remember when Robin Williams died?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And you know, it was one of the things that Ricky Gervais said before he died was that nobody believes the sad clown trope, right? Comedy is the best job in the world. You can't be depressed and be a comedian, blah, 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 right? On record as saying that. So when Robin Williams died, and we all know how Robin Williams died, he was like, oh, be kind, you never know the battles that people are facing, blah, 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 blah. So I didn't at him, I didn't tag him, I didn't say anything, but I was like, the last thing anybody needs right now is Ricky Gervais' opinion on Robin Williams. And that's all I wrote. Tweeted it just to my followers, nobody else. 30 seconds later, quote tweet from Ricky Gervais. Yeah, love, that's why I've got 4 million followers and you've got 4,000.
Douchebag.
2 weeks of abuse. So basically, I said to him, like, what you doing? You're a grown man. Like, I told him off. And he was like, oh, I'm really sorry, I was like, can you call off the horde? So he was like, guys, look, I know I retweeted that person earlier, but it was just like showing the range of opinions. Like, I don't need anybody to fight trolls for me. And I was like, I'm not a troll, Ricky. I didn't at you. I was talking about you. I was talking about how you're on record saying that comedians have no right to be depressed. And then you're like, oh, Robin Williams, like, it's not on. And I said, and all you've done is like, your fans have been total pick-me's now, trying to get your attention by being horrible to me. And it's lucky that I've got like the backbone that I have, because I know a lot of people wouldn't be able to deal with this. And it was 2 solid weeks of like solid abuse. Like, not even like when I was blocking people, they were setting up new accounts that only followed me and Ricky just to abuse me and tell me to kill myself, tell me that they wish that I'd got cancer, tell me that I deserve to die. 2 weeks. And he was like, look, I'm really sorry, I'll delete the tweets. And then he deleted the tweets, and then he deleted his apology, and then he blocked me.
Oh, savage.
So yeah, there you go.
Damn.
I find him profoundly unfunny.
Ricky.
Anyway, what were we saying?
I don't know how to follow that up.
I remember that. Yeah, I was like, damn. It came out of nowhere. I was like, oh, stack. I was like, oh, freak. Heavy.
Hard sell. Yeah, so fuck Ricky Gervais.
Yeah, hard sell. There we go, hard sell.
Hard sell. Yeah, fuck Ricky Gervais. It goes without saying. So, all right. Yeah. So me and Helen do agree on some things.
You're talking about hard sell, yeah.
Hard sell. I'll give you the hard sell. So basically, it's got a bit of. First of all, can I just check the room? What we think of Catherine Tate's comedian before?
I think people like to dunk on it, but she's funny.
Yeah, I like her. She's all right.
Okay, I am in this good company here. Okay, Tara most probably doesn't know what a Catherine Tate is. You know what Catherine Tate is?
Captain Tate.
Catherine Tate. What is a Catherine Tate?
Like
Who said that? Catherine Tate. Do you know what
Catherine Tate is a very good female performer. She's also brilliant in Doctor Who. 2 Doctor Who references in 1 week. I can't wait to see her back. Anyway, so it's she plays 8 characters, as you know she would, because it's Catherine Tate. She does a very good prison guard. She looks exactly like David Tennant. It's kind of eerie to see Catherine Tate being David Tennant type with like the what do you call these?
The sideburns.
The sideburns and the 10th Doctor type hair. It's really weird. So people started saying, did David Tennant and Catherine Tate have a baby that like his wife doesn't know about? Because that would look like what Catherine Tate was trying to be. Or somebody said look like a werewolf. Kind of like a werewolf. But it's funny. There's a lot of different characters. There's a couple that fell in love together in prison. Like they're not gay. They just end up falling for each other in prison. There's a lot of really funny comedy and some serious stuff as well because it's prison, and it ends with a hell of a plot twist. It's like, how do I compare this plot twist? It's kind of like the ending of Avengers and like the third Avengers movie. You're like, what? I don't think it got picked up for a second season. It's not being commissioned again, which means I think it didn't find the audience to get a second season. Which is a shame because there was a great twist in the last 2 episodes where it just kind of somebody got prisoned and shivved, and it was so well done with the character that was leaving the prison. One character got bullied the whole way through, and the bullied comes there as like a West End production something in the prison. The woman turned the corner and was decided to be mates with the prisoners, and obviously somehow she managed to get her stabbed.
Oh no.
And she's just smiling at the end, talking to the camera like, life's a bitch, basically. Revenge is sweet. And it's like a jaw dropper because you didn't expect like that to be like a dark ending. I haven't spoiled too much. Go watch it. It is funny, and 26 episodes. And there's a great bit where her assistant tries to say, "I'm your number 2. You like having doing a number 2," and she's oblivious to the fact it's a poo. So he's like, "Yeah, I don't do number 2s here. I don't do number 2s in my work. I don't need a number 2. You sure you don't need a number 2? You can hold it in. You can hold in your number 2 all day in this office." Yes, I can. It's just like repetitive.
Oh my god.
That's so childish but funny. And it doesn't have Ricky Gervais in it, so the main character isn't punchable because it's Catherine Tate. Go watch it on Netflix. Maybe we can get a second season late if we all go.
Okay, I'll check it out.
And I've also watched Welcome to Wrexham.
Welcome to Wrexham.
Oh, what a show! What a show! I've been watching it.
One slight complaint.
What?
It's a very good complaint. It's a very good show. Okay, it's great. Rob and Ryan Reynolds and the other guy
and his friend. Keep going.
Yeah, his friend. That's it. It's his friend.
That's
They
Rob
do make a big
McElhenney.
effort to be involved in this football club from Wales, Wrexham, which is really nice. They're not taking the piss. They are
No.
seriously trying it, which is lovely. They do put a lot of comedy in. I have one problem. In my football documentaries, I like to follow the whole season where the club is in the table and we go from August to May, like Sunderland Till I Die on Netflix, or Nothing on Amazon Prime, Arsenal, Tottenham, Man City, Juventus. I like to see the club throughout the season go up and down.
Yeah.
Don't see that. You just kind of see a little bit of a match, but you don't really get an idea of where they are in the season. That's the one thing I would improve.
Yeah, but I'm not really sure if that's what it's about. I think it's just more about the people of Wrexham, isn't it?
Mix it in with the Hollywood angle. I kind of like I like talking. Like I do love how it goes. One thing it does very well. It doesn't like this is what until Sunderland I die until Sunderland whatever the Sunderland name was on Netflix. They go and talk to the fans more. Amazon doesn't do that a lot with their football documentaries. They just talk about the players and the club. I love the fact that they showed like the local people, Wrexham, and the history, and I love that. So it's good, and I wish it was a lot more than 8 episodes. I was annoyed. It was only 8 episodes.
Yeah, but from the ending of it, I think there's gonna be more.
I'm a bit annoyed that there was no payoff to them going to the home game. I guess that's season 2, but I would like to have seen them finish the season there. But I enjoyed it, and watching them go to a game in. They went to a away game in London,
Maidenhead, wasn't it, or something like that?
And they started. You brought the wrong club at them. The Maidenhead fans started shouting out at Ryan Reynolds and the other guy. You brought the wrong club. You brought the wrong club. You brought the wrong club. And watching their emotion, watching them try and learn football is really funny. I got a lot of respect for both of them because, Ryan Reynolds is a lovely guy, isn't he?
He seems very genuine. They both seem very genuine, to be honest.
Yeah. So,
cheers. I'm glad somebody else watched one of my recommendations and enjoyed it.
Yeah, because I watched it. I thought, you know what, I'm going to watch this because I like Ryan Reynolds, and I thought it's a football documentary with a twist. And it was fun, and Welsh people are always lovely, especially the Welsh woman that keeps talking shit about them in Welsh and they don't know. Yeah, that is just always fun.
I love her. Yeah, you've never sexually satisfied your wife.
So it's like a sitcom with football documentary. It's really kind of funny. It's like they mix in the Hollywood glamour with Wales. It shouldn't work. It would.
Yeah,
I saw that. I was like, what the heck?
They have this translator that like says, "How do you say this in Welsh?" and she just lies to them all the time. It's brilliant.
Also, can I just say, I do love the fact that they have subtitles for all the Welsh people for the Americans.
Yeah.
Automatically, so you can understand what they're saying. Brilliant. Well done.
And when they explain a word, they explain it in American, English, and Welsh.
Pitch. This. Pint. Something. Yeah.
It's good.
Anyway, that's me because now Troy and Helen haven't quite got to that.
I haven't. No.
You better get it. Move on then.
No, powers anyway, so you can go ahead if you want.
Okay, so what have I been watching? I've watched something quite old actually that I missed. Not that old, but I missed it the first time round, and I'd heard a lot of good things about it. So I thought, let me have a look at this. And it was Sharp Objects.
Sharp Objects.
Yeah.
Is that from a famous author?
Yes, it's the Lady of the Rope Girl.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
No wonder it sounded familiar. Yeah, there we go.
It was
yeah.
like a mini-series, yes.
Yeah, it's a mini-series. It's like 8 episodes or something like that. And it's Amy Adams.
Back to the 80s there for a second. But
no, not that old. So it's Amy Adams, Patricia Clarkson, Eliza Scanlon, and the guy who played Danny Castellano in the Mindy Project, whose name I can't remember. But I'm going
Amy Adams.
Right now.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's about this writer who goes back to her hometown, and because there's been some child murders, so some teenage girls have been going missing. Chris Messina, that's his name. So there's been some kids going missing in her hometown, and she goes back to write about it because her boss is a bit worried about her, and he wants her to go and he knows that she's hiding something. He knows that there's something that she needs to kind of deal with in her past. So he's like, I want you to go and write about this in your hometown. She's like, oh, I don't want to do it. But she does. And the kind of more that goes on in the first episode, the more that's revealed about her. It becomes very evident that she's very traumatized by something that happened and doesn't quite know what. We don't quite, so she knows, but we don't quite know what yet. So that's kind of slowly revealed to us. And Chris Messina plays a kind of big detective who is being flown in from Kansas City to look at the case because, like, the hometown police are bumbling their way through it. You know, the usual stuff.
Yeah.
So she goes back and she sees this kid out and about on roller skates. That's obviously a little bit of a mean girl, and she like talks to her and stuff like that. And then she gets home and she realizes this is her little sister, and her little sister like turns up in the family home, like with like her hair tied back in a big bow in her hair, like, hello mother, oh, you're my sister, blah, blah, blah. Like obviously a complete opposite to the person that she bumped into on the street. So she's like, what's going on here? And there's a very kind of strange dynamic going on in the family home. Her mother's very, very uptight and kind of shrinks back at the slightest question of anything. She turns up on her mother's doorstep. She's like, we're not ready for guests, kind of thing. So it's a bit like there's a bit something going on with her family. There's a load of dead girls. There's something going on with her family. There's loads of stuff going on in the town, and everybody's just a little bit on edge. So, and the hometown's like this, you know, town in the middle of, I think it's, she lives in St. Louis, so it must be one of those like southern places. And there's just like a layer of weirdness going on. So she's part of quite a rich family. Her mother owns a pig farm, which is like the main source of work for most people in the town. So most people kind of can't tell her to mind their own business, but they kind of have to be nice to her because she's the daughter of the woman that kind of pulls all the strings of the town. But being the daughter of the woman that pulls all the strings in the town means that she can't always get her questions answered. So there's a nice little kind of family dynamic thing going on. Amy Adams has obviously got some secrets. The handsome detective from Kansas City is very dark and brooding, and you know there's obviously a little bit of sexual tension there, and there's like a lot of hometown stuff going on. And I'm not going to tell you what happens, but
okay.
There's like layers and layers and layers of secrets. It's all about secrets, and it's got that kind of southern sex and lies and drama thing going on, and there's a lot of kind of flashback, but it kind of so what I can tell you is in the first episode it becomes very apparent that she's had another sister that's died, and there's obviously something that happened around that she can't quite deal with yet.
Okay.
So she's getting flashbacks of her sister, she's getting flashbacks of them together, but like nobody's talking about the sister in the family home, and there's like some oddness going on there.
Some weird stuff going down. Okay.
But her mum's like trying to foil her at every turn when she's trying to write this story. Like there's like literally like she's taking notes, and the mum's like pulling a pen out of her hand and turning up and crashing all her interviews. She's like, what's going on here? Like, what's the mother hiding? Everybody's hiding something, basically.
Okay, sharp objects.
A bit like Twin Peaks, but if Laura Palmer had a big sister that had run away and came back.
So I was interested because I remember seeing something like this though. Back and I saw people scrolling across, and I was like, shows I'm watching. I was like, I saw it, and I was like, I never watched it. So now you're telling me to watch it.
Yes, it's quite unsettling. It's not got a supernatural element like Twin Peaks. Like it's very much about like the biggest monsters are the ones that we know and we live with.
Yeah,
that's the kind of theme. I liked it. Yeah, I liked it.
A thriller.
And obviously, you know, true crime documentary. I watched the George Peele produced documentary about Lorena Bobbitt and John Wayne Bobbitt. It's called Lorena. I watched it on Now TV, so it must be on Sky. 3 or 4 parts.
Sorry, Sharp Objects, and what was this one?
Lorena. You remember John Wayne Bobbitt, right? Everybody knows who John Wayne Bobbitt is.
John Wayne Bobbitt.
He was the guy whose wife cut his dick off. And drove off with it.
Damn.
threw it out the car window.
Ooh,
That
I do
sounds
remember
like
the name
something that
now.
happened to one of my friends once.
I can't remember the name.
But yeah. So basically, yeah, what she said, she cut his dick off and ran away out with it, and kind of came to in a puddle of blood with a dick in her hands. But yeah, so it's about looking about how that happened and all the people involved, and what the real story, because everybody kind of thought the press kind of very much portrayed her as a fiery, because she was from like South America, so that the fiery Latina tropes were a lot more entertaining to the press at the time. But it seems like this John Wayne Bobbitt was a bit of a shit and a bit of a pathological abuser. So there's a lot of debate about whether she had a psychotic. She was a jealous lover, because when she was kind of trying to explain what happened, she kept saying he doesn't care about me. He only cares about himself. And what they thought she was saying was that he didn't satisfy her sexually, so she cut his dick off. But actually, it turned out that she alleges it never got proven in court that he was repeatedly raping her. And it was like, so it was about, is this an abused person trying to minimize the damage that her attacker can do, or is it a kind of betrayed lover? And the documentary is quite balanced, actually, because a lot of the stuff that went around at the time wasn't balanced at all. Like, it was all like, oh, this woman's vengeful, and they were like making jokes about it, and Howard Stern ran a fundraiser to get him a penis extension and all this stuff. Like, it was madness. But actually, at the middle of it seemed to be a very scared and unhappy young woman.
When you said madness, I just started singing Baggy Trousers.
Mm. Well, he did have baggy trousers, didn't he? Because they were, slightly less full than but no, it's not a laughing matter. Like, it was obviously very serious, but I was very surprised by how balanced it was. Actually, I was getting ready to rage watch it, and actually, it was quite good.
Damn, right now I got heard about that. Yeah, damn, right now. Okay.
One day I'll watch something funny.
I think we've had enough laughs for one episode. I think so. At least you're funny in this week. Troy, have you got anything, or you just decided to do Tara's?
But I'd say probably the only thing I could probably say right now that I've watched is something called Fate, the Winx saga.
Oh, season 2's here, yes.
That's all I want to that. Yeah, I was scrolling through Netflix, but I was like, let me watch something real quick. Something based on basic, something on TV.
Fate, Blink.
Fate, the Winx saga. WNX.
I've heard of this.
Yeah, you've heard this, yeah. So
very good reviews apparently.
Yeah, it's really
it's
good.
got fairies in it, so obviously Troy.
Also surprised.
He likes charms.
Yeah,
young women.
Witchcraft.
That's what he cares about.
Oh, come on, man. Okay, get out of it. All right.
That's what he does. He's a horn dog. Anyway.
So yeah, Fate the Winx saga. Really good show. Powers in there. Like a how would I describe the show? Anyone has seen Shadowhunters? Anyone here seen Shadowhunters? TV show. Movie. Yeah, anyone seen stuff like that? Yeah, that stuff like that. It's really good. Has that Twilight-esque vibe, but the visuals are clean. I was like, oh my, these visuals are insane. The powers, like the fire, the water, the earth, that kind of very elemental type of show. It's like the body is good. It's like Harry Potter in a way.
But it's better than Harry Potter. Everything is better. Even Charms is better than Harry Potter.
Not even Charms is just that's another place for yourself. Don't put Charms anything else. Charms is incredible. But we don't talk about Charms, my turn. We talk about Fate, the Winx saga. So, great. No, obviously you got the antagonist, who is this woman who's a militant. There's woman versus woman, good woman versus bad. So it's not really that kind of villain that mostly the female shows the kind of portray. I found it kind of bad, and that was respect. Characters are solid. Plot, well, it's good, but it's okay. It's very obviously the cliche type of plot. The main character doesn't know who her true parents are in the fairy storyline. because she's a changeling. So that's all you kind of get. And that's the kind of like a thing going through this story. She's a changeling because her parents, human parents that she thought she knew are not her actual real parents, swapped out at birth, obviously, with a bad evil fairy. So yes, that's the kind of string going through the story right now. And I was surprised how good this show was. I was actually surprised. I was like, oh snap, let me just put this on real quick. And it shot the heck out of me. As Ben saw Twilight, it was pleasantly surprised. That was the same kind of feeling I got while watching this show.
Sparkly things.
I was like, oh, okay. Because the last fairy thing I watched was literally True Blood, years back. Because it had fairies in it. Like the thing is, the funny thing about that is all very ironic. Because literally, I watched True Blood. I love the vampire lore. I love it. And then when the fairy part, I started watching it for a long time. I was like, I can't be doing fairies. Yeah, I was like, I can't be doing this. I can't be doing it. And then I got into it afterwards. I finished it off.
The thing is like I had the vampire phase when I was a teenager, right? And I'm sure other people who were teenage girls won't want me saying that we were all into vampires because vampires look like they fucked. And as soon as you invite like fairies and supernatural shit and sparkler into it, they don't fuck anymore. You don't want a vampire to make love to you. That's not why you're into it. For God's sake.
Vampires. See, now, Troy, we got women on this podcast. The perspective is interesting.
I love the perspective. I
don't think I've ever fancied anybody with the ferocity that I fancied Brad Pitt in Interview with the Vampire that I snuck into the cinema to see when I was 15 years old.
Yeah. Oh, Brad Pitt.
Let me ask a question. Would you would you fuck a hot Korean vampire?
What?
Helen was just saying about how vampires are sexy.
Yeah,
what do you think
about that? Like proper vampires, not Twilight vampires.
The old school vampires, the Lestats, you know?
Oh.
Yeah, think about Lestat seducing Brad Pitt in.
Yes.
Tara, are you there? Are you dead?
Yeah.
She's just thinking about what creation a Korean vampire would be.
I'm just thinking about it.
I can imagine it.
This podcast has been.
See that smile on her face. She goes, I can imagine it. See that smile on her face. That was a big, massive grin.
Yeah.
That was a massive.
That's a teenage. That's somebody who used to be a teenage girl who used to have a teenage girl's interest in vampires.
Oh my god.
So it's very metaphorical for having your innocence taken away. That's the whole thing about vampire fiction, because like
that was the reason,
yeah, it was the whole thing. It was about kind of giving into the desires of the flesh, and once you'd given into the desires of the flesh, you became tainted and marked and not fully human, and that's what it's all about. It's all about forbidden passion and all that stuff. So as soon as you had fucking sparkling into the mix and all like, no, I couldn't possibly have sex with you because I'm a good vampire. Fuck right off.
I love it. Helen's just like, nah, we ain't doing those vampires over here. We're the original vampires.
This podcast.
I love it. I'm loving this, man.
Everybody's. So I want to see. So what we've come up with this week is a show. So with vampire fucking drag race in Westeros. Just donkey sex.
Just
what
stuff.
Show that would be. We
just stuff.
Like, that show's about vampires fucking donkeys and
hot fairies. What kind of stuff?
That's basically what we do in the shadows, right?
Vampires and fairies having sex, and Westeros, everyone gets to sit on the throne. Drag queens, fucking donkeys. I don't know. What a weird show it's been. But as long as Ricky Gervais gets beaten up all the time,
oh my
bollocks, that would be fun.
But
this podcast's been amazing.
Not the first time I've been given a very hard time on the internet. Not the last.
Helen's made of strong stuff.
Troy had a very hard time keeping it down when you started talking about the fairies, so there we go. Very bad.
Hot fairies.
Anyway, Fate the Winx saga.
Yes, Fate the Winx saga is incredible. Check it out. Netflix. Yes. Season 2's out as well. So good. So good. Check it out.
Tip yourselves out like the whores you are about your YouTube channels before we go.
Ah, yes. Legend of
it's
All
still
101.
thinking about that Korean vampire question.
YouTube, movie reviews, TV show reviews, pop culture. Check me out. Like, share, subscribe. Boom. That's me done.
If Ricky Gervais wants to come and fight me on a different platform, you can find me on the Square Eyes Syndrome Twitter account, which is squareeyesyn@gmail.com and also squareeyesyn@twitter.com. Come fight me, Ricky. Fight me. One-to-one.
If people want to email us with the ideas of how to cut Ricky Gervais's tiny penis off and stick it in his mouth and set fire to him,
don't advocate violence.
Ben.
Advocate fighting.
Different.
Nope. We're not asking anybody to do that.
We don't do that here. We do not do that here.
Okay. Well, we could beat up Prince Andrew as well. It's fun. Tara, are you still thinking about Korean vampires? Are you coming back to us still about YouTube?
Yes, I have been. Okay, yeah.
What the hell was that?
And my top account as well.
Oh my gosh, yeah!
I know that you were doing something there, but you could at least finish before you opened your mouth there.
That's a woman that had a teenage vampire phase.
Unprofessional behaviour, Miss Chloe. It's disgusting. At least Troy waits until we turn it off before he gets it out. Jesus Christ. Right. Oh, this podcast has been a trip. Your YouTube channel, please, Miss Chloe.
Yes. Yep. My channel.
I can't keep it. I couldn't do it.
Are you okay?
It's in the description. Let's just say that, shall we?
Let's put it in the description. I don't know if we can cover anything else. Yeah, so we're gonna go because there's a Facebook group. This podcast has come off the rails now. It was from Tara's amazing beginning to this now. This podcast has been fire. I don't think we've had a more out of their experience than 127 of these now. Next week is going to be a quiet one, isn't it?
It's incredible.
We should just call this the greatest episode ever and just change it. Yeah, I'm going to change it. Like the most incredible episode of Square Eyes ever.
Oh, I've been laughing this much in a while. This podcast. This is insane.
It's too much. It's too
much. I needed that.
At least I watched TV this week and didn't just talk about movies where people did things that no normal person would do. Anyway, so we're going to go bye-bye now. That's bye-bye from me.
Bye.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, brilliant. Fuck you, Ricky.